The Trash Talk Tailgate.
Strong right slot, Z right. Spider 2 wide banana seal. You're going to call it like it's your favorite play you've ever gotten in your life.
What up, everybody? It's your boy, Riley Puddin' Peters. With me, as always, I have the doctor, defensive backs quality control coach, Preston Rowe. And on this episode of the Trash Talk Tailgate, we're going to talk about one of the most improbable comebacks from 1 week to the next I think I've ever seen. For those of you that don't watch football, don't follow, or even those who do follow and just missed this one, last week, you had the Vikings versus the Las Vegas Raiders, the one that the Minnesota Vikings won 3-0. 3-0. Las Vegas Raiders scored 0 points last week. And in this week's game, the Las Vegas Raiders versus the Los Angeles Chargers, they win 63-21.
And it wasn't that close.
No, sir. They went from scoring 0 points to 63. That's 9 touchdowns. If you can't, I don't know how good your football math is, but that's 9 touchdowns. Oh man. Just thank God that the Chargers, had a defensive genius. Obviously after a game like this, he had to leave on his own volition. He was just so disrespected. But they had a defensive genius to help guide them through this game and kept them from breaking the NFL record. So thank God for that.
That's the one saving grace, is that they didn't break the record.
Dude, Brandon Staley's just good enough to keep the Raiders from breaking the NFL scoring record. Well, I've already brought it up, so there's no time like the present. It's time for us to talk about Dr. Preston's favorite subject in football. That's, great coaching. And for great coaching, when you say great coaching, you have to mention Brandon Staley. Preston?
He's a defensive genius, dude. He's a defensive guru. Oh. Don't you just,
dude.
Riley, don't you just love it when, before you hire a coach, the past 2 to 3 years, before you hire that coach, you have a top 10 defense every year. And then you hire a defensive guru. And the 3 full seasons he's the head coach, you're one of the worst defenses in all of football. And you say, they probably don't have talent. If you live under a rock, you'd say,
I was about to say fucking people.
You have Khalil Mack, you have Joey Bosa, you have Derwin James, you have J.C. Jackson. No, miss me with that shit.
It's crazy.
Miss me with that shit. No, Brandon Staley.
Do they have a bottom-ranked defense with Khalil Mack leading the league in sacks? It's one of my favorite stats. It's one of my favorite stats from the season so far. It really is kind of beautiful.
It just gets better, dude. Like, holy shit. And Riley, not to toot my own horn, but we like to be accurate here on the TTT. That's one of the things that makes us great, is we are incredibly accurate.
True.
We understand football. Riley, after the Raiders blew that 27-0 lead against the Jaguars in last year's wild card round, I came on here and said, you've got to fire him. I've seen enough. You've got to fire him.
Actually, you said, and this is one of my favorite quotes from you, he needed to be tarmacked.
Yes.
You didn't say they need to fire him. You said they needed to leave him in the airport while they flew away. Oh, yeah, dude. No, after that, the Chargers-Jaguars game last year, it really was just like, y'all let that happen?
I mean, dude, he's a defensive guru. I mean, you have a 27-0 lead and you lose that game. Like, I mean, it's that's worse than 28-3. Sorry, Falcons fans, but that's worse than 28-3. Like, you have a 27-point lead. At least they only had a 25-point lead. Like, and the other thing I said, dude, was that, I mean, bro, the other reason that you had to fire him. And I said this. Remember, Riley, you can go check the tape because we have it. I said this. You've got Sean Payton sitting out there. Sean Payton wanted the Los Angeles Chargers job. And all the Chargers had to do was fire Brandon Staley after that loss, and they would have had Sean Payton. But instead, they decided to keep him for some inexplicable, ungodly reason. They decided to keep him. And now, not only do you not have Sean Payton, but you have to deal with him twice a year in the division because he's now the Denver Broncos head coach. And how's that going for you?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and it's not just the 27.
How is that going for him?
It's not just the 27 point blown lead in the wild card. The week before, if you remember this, Riley, because I know this is one of your boys, the week before in week 18, they had a meaningless game. It didn't matter if they win or lost. They were locked into their seed in the playoffs. And they started all of their players. And Mike Williams got hurt. You think Mike Williams would have helped them in the red zone score touchdowns in that wild card game? You think so?
I think he would have helped them. It didn't matter. He'll help them anywhere. Exactly. It doesn't have to be the red zone.
Yeah, but like in the second half, they couldn't score touchdowns in that game. And or is it going for it on 4th and 1 on your own fucking 24-yard line? Like, what are we doing? Like, bro, I get it. You're trying to outsmart everyone, and you're this boy guru. You know, you're this quote unquote wonder boy genius or whatever. Like, just football. It's about momentum. Football.
He's the Jimmy Neutron of football.
It's not about analytics. Like, okay, like we get it. You know, 4th and 1. Like you have a good chance. You know, to get it or whatever. But just it's not smart. Is what happens if you don't get it. And way more often than not, whenever he would go for it in his own territory with games on the line, they wouldn't get it. They couldn't execute. Like, he was not a very good coach. He was carried, Riley, because he was the DC with the Rams. He was carried by Aaron Donald and Jalen Ramsey. I mean...
True. Wasn't it MVP year, yes, Aaron Donald, too?
Yes, it was. I mean... Aaron Donald's, you could argue he's been an MVP every year he's been in the league. But, like... Yeah.
But you know what I mean.
No.
There was that one year where, I mean, he is different, but even that year, he was different to his different. I remember watching that dude break a triple team to get a sack when a fucking 3-man rush and prevent.
I mean, Riley, think about this. You've got all that talent, not just on the defense. You know, we already said Bosa, Mack, Derwin James, J.C. Jackson, like all those dudes. You've got Justin Herbert. You've got a premier left tackle in Rashawn Slater. That's really hard to find. You've got Keenan Allen. You've got Mike Williams. You've got one of the best running backs in the game in Austin Eckler. You have so much talent.
And Leonard Fournette, dude. That's his backup.
Dude, and you know what his career record was as the Chargers head coach? 24-24. That is the definition of mediocrity. What are we doing? Why would you keep him after that?
Definition of average.
That's literally the definition of average. I mean, Riley, you know what the definition of insanity is? It's doing this. Yeah, trying the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. And that's what the Chargers did. And you know what? I don't feel bad for them because they made this decision. They kept Brandon Staley. And this defensive guru, he's just good enough not to have the Raiders break the NFL scoring record on you. He's just good enough to do that.
Thank God.
Other than that, he's fucking garbage. He's fucking trash. He's garbage. I hate it. Hate it, dude.
Do you think they actually tarmacked him?
Dude,
I think they actually tarmacked him.
There were memes going around like during that game of like, damn, like he might get fired at halftime. But like you were thinking like, damn, he might actually get fired at halftime.
Richard Sherman saying during the halftime show that he hoped he got fired at halftime.
Like you can't. I mean, it was just bad, man. It's just really bad. I'm fucking. The other thing I love, I don't know if we have that soundbite, but of like him being asked, "Oh, are you still gonna call plays?" And he doubled and tripled down on, "Yes, I'm still gonna call plays. I'm the play caller. Take that to the bank. I'm the one calling plays." Like he's proud of it. Like, bro, do you not understand that the objective as a defensive coordinator is to not let the team score? Like, I don't know. It's just, God, dude.
It's hard to think about, man. I understand.
As a coach,
it's a rough time.
Thing that really grinds my gears the most is just poor coaching. You repeatedly put your immensely talented players in bad positions, and you're not putting them in positions to succeed. You're putting them in positions to fail. And then you have the audacity to blame the players. Nah, dude, it's fucking you. It's your fault. Miss me with that shit. It's just poor coaching.
Yep.
Poor coaching. Hate it. It's piss poor coaching. Hate it, dude.
So I guess my next point from this is, now that Brandon Staley's out as the head coach of the Chargers, one, is being the Chargers head coach not one of the most interesting jobs in all of the NFL?
We said that last year when Sean Payton was available. Don't you think the Chargers are kicking themselves for not hiring Sean Payton when they had the chance? Like, because...
Yeah, they already lost to him once.
24-7. The Chargers did not listen to the TTT. They should have. They absolutely should have. But, I mean, you could say Bill Belichick. I don't know if Bill Belichick's going to do that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think so. I don't feel like Bill Belichick's an LA guy.
Not.
I feel like LA is not going to be his vibe.
I mean,
with that being said, I mean, I feel like whoever the Chargers go get, even as fucking terrible as it just worked out for him, I bet you see them go out and get a younger talent from somewhere.
You're gonna want. I mean, you've got Justin Herbert. That's the other thing. You had Justin Herbert on a rookie deal, and you wasted all of those years with a prime young quarterback on a rookie deal. Now you're gonna have to get rid of some of that talent because you can't pay everyone. So, I think if I'm the
you think they get rid of Justin?
What?
Do you think they get rid of Justin Herbert?
But Mike Williams is probably gone. You're gonna have to make a decision on Austin Eckler. They are going to have to. Yeah. It's going to be a different team next year. Maybe you get rid of Derwin James because he's starting to get older, not as productive. You just wasted all that talent in their prime, and you just wasted it. You went. It's just horrible. But I would go after Ben Johnson, the Lions' young offensive coordinator. I mean, dude, they just put up 42 on that Sean Payton team. The rumors of the Goffense were greatly exaggerated. Of the Goffense's demise.
People thought they were done.
I mean,
people thought it was over. It's never over.
But I would go out and get someone like that. I think you have to go out and get someone younger. Someone who can scheme up plays like a Ben Johnson, and just put Justin Herbert in a position to succeed. Because I
gotta say, though, and this is nothing on Justin Herbert, honestly. I would almost rather keep the weapons and just get a new quarterback. Because there's some good guys coming in the draft this year. Once again, nothing on Justin. I actually think he's a very good quarterback, but I don't think he is, unreplaceable level. Especially because of how talented they are. Like, they have so much talent. Like, if you could, literally, what you're saying is, either keep that team together, because obviously they've kept this team together. Really, the only person on a rookie contract was Justin Herbert.
And when your quarterback's on a rookie deal, you can keep all that talent around him.
And I'm saying, the talent is so good. It's almost like we talk about the 49ers. We actually this is the same thing we talk about with them. They went and built such a good team. You could literally just kind of play and pop. And I think with the right head coach, they're kind of in that same position. Once again, no offense to Justin Herbert. I would rather keep that team together and just get a new rookie and
start over. like restart the clock.
Like,
basically.
yeah, you're starting over from anyways. You're getting a brand new head coach. Yeah, like you're already gonna be in a new process, man. Like, I would so much rather keep that talent because it really is a great core group of playmakers that they have built there on both sides of the ball.
I do think that the league, because the league has never done that. Like, the league has always valued quarterback play over anything else. Understandable. But my argument has always been, build the team first and then get the quarterback. Like, that's what the Chiefs did with Patrick Mahomes.
I was about to say, this is literally what I was about to say. I was like, Justin Herbert is Alex Smith.
I mean,
that's my argument.
And I get what you're saying, but like the thing is that teams once they get the quarterback, they pay him. Like my whole point is no team has ever restarted that clock. Like they have a franchise quarterback, and then they just trade him. Like you could get multiple first round picks for Justin Herbert.
Yeah, and I'm saying that there's some talent in this draft that will supersede what Justin Herbert is. And like, God damn it, once again, I don't think anything negative of Justin. I really do think I think he could go to most teams and be just as good. I just think for the Chargers, like what they're about to go through, for me, that feels like the better choice. I
agree with you. I just I don't think the Chargers are the team that's going to do it, nor do I think Justin Herbert is that quarterback. Because Justin Herbert is an elite quarterback. He is an elite quarterback. My argument has always been just build the team, get the quarterback on a rookie deal, and then once he balls out with that talent, just keep the talent and just replace the quarterback. And that way, you're good for a longer time because you don't have to trade away or get rid of or cut that talent to, because you had to pay the quarterback, a major chunk of your salary cap. Like, that's always been my argument.
Yeah, you gotta
no
give him a
team
fat
has
cut.
ever done that, and I'm really curious to see, because eventually a team's going to try it. Like, eventually a team is going to try it, and I think that's going to just open up everyone's eyes and being like,
I think this is the team too, man.
Like, we can fucking just keep our talent and just replace the quarterback. Because, dude, that's the argument with the Niners. Like you said, people are like, oh, well, or is Brock Purdy replaceable? I mean, well, the thing that makes him invaluable is the fact that he is on that rookie deal. And he's making, $600,000. So you can pay everyone else around him. You can have a Christian McCaffrey, a Deebo Samuel, a Brandon Ayuk, a Nick Bosa, like a Fred Warner. Like, all of those dudes, you go out and get Chase Young in a trade. Like, they're loaded because of Brock Purdy's contract. And eventually I think teams are going to realize, like, damn, we just have a loaded roster. We don't really need a great quarterback, And
loaded roster and good play calling can do a lot.
I think you're right. I do think a team is going to do that. I don't think the Chargers are going to be that team. No.
Yeah. You think they're just going to charge it?
Dude. That's the other great thing. I mean, you guys know if you watch the show, I love Reddit. It's my favorite social media. This game was so bad, the Chargers, the Los Angeles Chargers subreddit, they changed their subreddit to just talk about phone chargers. Which I just thought that's just amazing.
We disowned our phone. We disowned our
yes,
subreddit.
Dude. Like we talk about phone chargers and nothing else. That's it. Like it's I just thought that was beautiful. But
that is all right, man. Well,
should have listened to the TTT. That's the bottom line. Riley? Why don't people listen to us? Yeah. We know what we're talking about.
They will soon enough.
Ooh.
Dun, dun, dun. Anyways. All right, folks, man. I hope you guys appreciated this. Dr. Preston really needed the moment to let Brandon Staley give him one last goodbye kiss as he got tarmacked on his way out of Las Vegas.
Tarmac, Riley.
He did. I hope he was. And I hope that you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. Let us know how you feel. And keep coming back and watching our episodes. But for this one, we got to clean up and get out of here, y'all. Peace.